Hi everyone, I'm Samia Jones, and today I'll be presenting my English 116 Interpersonal Communications project to you guys. My project today is on nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is basically communication as used in any ways besides words. Some examples of nonverbal communication is eye contact, body language, our postures, the tones in our voices, facial expressions, and our body language. An example of nonverbal communication that I have pulled or a clip that I've used is a video from Grey's Anatomy where a woman was sexually assaulted and was convinced by a doctor to, take care of her mental state and, repair herself. Claim that mental, to claim herself back. So, on the young lady's way to the operating room to get her DNA gathered and her surgeries, a lot of women gathered and showed up for her in many ways. So when you click on this video here, the link is right here. You can watch it from 0:25 to 1:47. So it's a like a 3-minute clip, but that's the most important parts that I want you to look at. So in this video, nonverbal communication was shown through the severeness in the eye contact. The eye contact was very spot on. They were making direct eye contact with the patient. The doctor, Joe Wilson, she held the patient's hand. A lot of the women cried. Their presence meant a lot too. The way they were standing, their arms were very open. That exemplified the openness rather than if they crossed their arms, that would kind of give not saying they didn't want to be there, but when your arms are open, it's more welcoming and more, it makes the patient and other people around them feel the presence of each other. So some forms of nonverbal communication that was used from the book is haptics. So haptics, quoted directly from the book, is the study of touch, a form of nonverbal communication. Touch is used in many ways, such as in our daily lives, such as greeting, comfort, affection, task accomplishments, and control. This is from the 5.2 section of nonverbal communication. So this was shown in the video when the Dr. Joe, she touched the patient's hand and the patient immediately cried. She immediately felt that comfort. She immediately, she felt like she was there. She felt that comfort. She felt control and that task accomplishment. She felt like somebody was there for her. And the whole goal was for the women to show up for each other. So that was definitely very amazing. She felt that. So that haptics, that touch, that was correct. She did that right. Very comforting, nonverbal communication because they weren't speaking. And then intensity was another thing. Directly from the book, this means that it basically refers to how loudly or softly someone speaks, and is tied to emotion. So this was shown in the video basically by how silent everyone was. It was so loud. So because it was so silent, it made the emotion loud. It gave a lot of people room to feel the presence of each other and all that kind of stuff. Also, when they were talking and a little bit in the beginning, when they were asking, what they were doing or why they were gathering, the tone was very slow and low and serious. So that meant a lot too. So in this, the characters did write the 5 body positive basic models. So the 5 body positive models were to reclaim health, practice self-care, cultivate self-love, declare their authentic beauty, and to build community. So I feel like this was most definitely shown because that sense of womanhood was definitely represented and clearly shown. Beauty wasn't shown, but I think beauty was very, very well represented as the woman showing up for each other. That was a beautiful thing. They most definitely were helping her reclaim her health. That self-care was very important as well because they were trying to get her to take care of herself. That self-love, showing up for each other, making her feel that love, and putting respect, helping her reclaim that respect for her body and how we all should be as women. So this was this was loudly shown through that silence. And most importantly, this is right because they represented it through nonverbal communicating, which means they weren't talking. What they did wrong, I honestly don't think that they did anything wrong in this scenario because there wasn't really talking, and they did follow a lot of things such as the haptics and intensity, which were some examples from the book. So they definitely represented that. So they did good. Their tones were respectable. They used that nonverbal communication, and Yeah, so a lot of things that will be represented as if someone was talking was represented through that nonverbal communication. So I think they did everything right in this scenario. So here's our presentation link that you can click on and find my presentation. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah.